The term Dybbuk comes from Jewish folklore and refers to a malicious spirit believed to be the dislocated soul of a dead person. It etymologically derives from a Hebrew word meaning to cling, reflecting the spirit's behavior as it attaches itself to a living host. The word Dybbuk comes from the Hebrew verb ledavek, to cling. While the concept of an evil spirit is common in Second Temple, Talmudic, and Kabbalistic literature, the term Dybbuk only came into use during the 1700s. Dybbuk, in Jewish folklore, remains a disembodied human spirit that, because of former sins, wanders restlessly until it finds a haven in the body of a living person. Belief in such spirits was especially prevalent in 16th-17th century Eastern Europe. Often individuals suffering from nervous or mental disorders were taken to a miracle-working rabbi, Baal Shem, who alone, it was believed, could expel the harmful Dybbuk through a religious rite of exorcism. Isaac Luria, 1534-72, a mystic, laid the grounds for Jewish belief in a Dybbuk with his doctrine of transmigration of souls, Gilgul, which he saw as a means whereby souls could continue their task of self-perfection. His disciples went one step further with the notion of possession by a Dybbuk. The Jewish scholar and folklorist S. Ansky contributed to worldwide interest in the Dybbuk when his Yiddish drama, Der Dybbuk, 1916, was translated into several languages. Origins and cultural background. The concept of the Dybbuk is rooted in 16th century Jewish mysticism, particularly within the Kabbalistic tradition. Stories about Dybbuks became prominent in the literature and oral traditions of Eastern European Jews. The Dybbuk represents a soul that has not been able to pass on to the afterlife due to unresolved sins or issues, and seeks to resolve these by possessing an individual. Stories of Dybbuk go back to ancient scriptures. In the Old Testament of the Bible, in the Book of Samuel, 18:10, a bad spirit is briefly described as attaching itself to King Saul, the first king elected chieftain of the ancient tribes of Israel. And it came to pass on the morrow that the evil spirit from God came upon Saul. Later in the Bible, in the Book of Kings, the prophet Elijah is possessed by the spirit of a dead man who is trying to get the prophet to trick the king into going to war when he wasn't supposed to. Characteristics of the Dybbuk. A Dybbuk is typically portrayed as a restless spirit that possesses a living person, often speaking through them with a voice that may sound distinct from the host's usual one. This possession is usually characterized by changes in behavior and personality, inexplicable. with certain notes in effect to shatter the body, so to speak, so that the soul who is possessing will be shaken loose. After it has been shaken loose, we can begin to communicate with it and ask it what it is here for. We can pray for it and do a ceremony for it to enable it to feel safe and finished so that it can leave the person's body. The point of the exorcism is to heal the person being possessed and the spirit doing the possessing. This is a stark contrast to the Catholic exorcism that is intended to drive away the offending spirit or demon. The goal is to redeem the Dybbuk, guiding it to leave the host's body and proceed to the afterlife, thereby restoring normal life to the possessed individual. Psychological and sociological perspectives. Some scholars interpret the stories of Dybbuks as reflections of social anxieties, religious issues, or psychological disturbances within communities. These narratives can be seen as ways to discuss topics that are otherwise taboo, such as mental illness or social deviation, within a culturally acceptable framework. The Dybbuk box is a modern item of lore that supposedly houses a Dybbuk, the restless, malicious spirit from Jewish mythology. The story of the Dybbuk box originally gained public attention when it was listed for sale on eBay with an elaborate backstory. The seller claimed the box was originally owned by a Holocaust survivor from Poland who attributed the containment of a Dybbuk to the box. According to the tale, the box passed through various owners, each experiencing bizarre and frightening occurrences, ranging from nightmares to inexplicable illnesses. The contents of the box varied in descriptions, but often included objects like locks of hair, a dried rosebud, a small statue, a wine goblet, and an engraved granite slab. These items were believed to have been used in the sealing of the Dybbuk within the box. The box became widely known from its mention in popular media, including a story on the website The Dybbuk Box, and later a feature film titled The Possession, which dramatized the events surrounding it. While skeptics view the Dybbuk box as a modern creation designed to generate a compelling story rather than a genuine artifact of paranormal activity, it has cemented itself within the realm of supernatural folklore. Its notoriety is a testament to the continuing fascination with the concept of haunted objects and the enduring power of a good story to captivate the public's imagination. In Jewish folklore, the Dybbuk is believed to possess a range of supernatural powers and abilities, primarily centered around its capability to possess and influence the living. Here are the key abilities attributed to a Dybbuk. Possession. The primary ability of a Dybbuk is to possess a living person. This possession is more than physical control. It extends to influencing the thoughts, emotions, and actions of the host. The Dybbuk seeks a host often due to unfinished business or unresolved issues from its life, using the host's body to complete these tasks. Speech and communication. While possessing a person, a Dybbuk can speak through the host. This often manifests as the host speaking in voices that are not their own, sometimes even in languages that the host does not know. This ability is frequently used to communicate Dybbuk's unresolved issues or demands. Knowledge. Dybbuks are often attributed with supernatural knowledge, which can include details of events that they did not witness or could not have known about in their human life. This can manifest as prophetic statements or revealing secrets about others, which can be unsettling or disruptive. Inducing suffering. The presence of a Dybbuk within a host is often accompanied by physical and psychological suffering. Hosts may experience unexplained illnesses, severe emotional distress, or mental disturbances, which are believed to be caused by the Dybbuk's negative energy. Supernatural influence. Beyond direct possession, Dybbuks are sometimes said to be able to influence physical surroundings. This can include causing unexplained noises, moving objects, or creating a general sense of unease or malaise in an environment. Resistance to exorcism. Dybbuks are known to be stubborn entities that resist leaving their host. exorcisms must be performed by knowledgeable religious figures, often requiring specific rituals and recitations from holy texts. The difficulty of these exorcisms highlights the Dybbuk's strong will and determination to stay attached to the living world. If you enjoyed this video, then like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.